Okay, I know that it's possible. It's possible that I might lose some subscribers over this, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm ballsy like that. I'm actually gonna touch the butt. So one of the games that I often hear people talk about in very high regard is a little game called Shadow of the Colossus. And this is a game that has resurged in my mind as of late because of the recent release date announcement of The Last Guardian. Last Guardian finally has a release date. It's coming out in October, and it's from the same people who brought us this game. And this is one of those games that everyone talks about and says it's one of the best games of all time. A transcendent experience. You have not lived as a gamer if you have not played this game. Is that so? Is that truly so? Then I guess it's about time for me to play it. And play it I did, and oh my fucking god. So my big topic for this video is critically acclaimed games that you just don't hate. And for me, the #1 contender after this past week, as of the recording of this video, because I just recently beat it, is Shadow of the Colossus. I'm sorry, people. I don't get it. Tiptoe through the window. I was open-minded. I said, you know what? I have the game. I downloaded it through PlayStation Plus some time ago. I never got a chance to actually play it and sit down and play through the whole entire thing. So let me take a gander at it. And I just cannot get behind this game. I can't say that I hate it because it does have some redeeming qualities about it. This game really does emphasize the term Colossus when it comes to its title because the scope for this game is huge. Every time you climb one of these giant beasts, you really do feel like you're climbing a giant beast, and you also feel like an insignificant speck when you're climbing on top of like one of the arms of these things, and you're just shaking all about, as well as the ingenuity that came behind designing these Colossus or Colossi. Each one has a different strategy to defeat, so when you approach one, you can't just go in there sword wielding all over the place. You have to actually strategize and think about how you need to take these guys down, because each one's almost like a little puzzle in and of itself. That, along with the scope, like I said, do make up some of the redeeming qualities, especially when you're traveling the Forbidden Land and some of the shots look like something straight out of Lord of the Rings, especially whenever you're riding the horse and you're shining your light. It looks like Gandalf from Return of the King, where he's riding the horse, he lifts up his staff and he's like, shoo. Yeah, the good stuff kind of ends there for me. First of all, the #1 thing that I hate about this game, this fucktard here known as your main protagonist. His name is that too. He's got a stupid ass name. Wander. Why just call him the Wanderer or something like that. Just add the ER. The R. Anyways, Dickless here. He is your main protagonist, and the whole premise of the game, even though this is a little spoilery, but it's at the beginning of the game, he has this girlfriend of his. At least I think it's his girlfriend. It's either his girlfriend or his wife or his sister or his cousin twice removed. I don't care. He brings this chick over to this temple. She's dead. So he makes the pact with like the devil of this universe known as Dorman, this like spirit from the sky that talks like in reverse, and says, hey, you go out, you kill this Colossi for me, and when you get done with all 16 of them, I'll bring your chick back. Okay, cool, I'm gonna go do that. So this guy takes it upon himself to go and kill this innocent creatures who are just minding their own business just so that he can selfishly please himself by bringing back his girlfriend. So right off the bat, he's got a douchey personality. And then on top of that, he's the worst character to control. He's like the worst character I've controlled in a really long time, possibly ever. He has the worst upper body strength. Every time he climbs the Colossi, he's like about to fall off. And that's understandable whenever the Colossus would like shake their arms or whatever, trying to shake him off, because that, okay, sure, that makes sense. But sometimes, I swear to God, sometimes the Colossus would just stand still or just take a couple of steps, and even then the slightest movement just throws this little fucktard off, where he's like, oh my god, I'm gonna slip, even when he's not climbing a Colossus and he's just walking around some kind of plane, he's got like the worst equilibrium possible. He just like, I don't know if the collision system was off in this game, but ever so often I would take a step and even he would lose his balance over his own fucking feet. And I understand that there is a certain progression system in the game where you could increase his stamina as well as his health, and trust me, I tried to do that, but even then it still felt like the gameplay was just too frustrating for me. And it's almost like his horse in the game that you used to traverse the Forbidden Land has been hanging out with this guy for way too long, because his stupidity started to transition over to the horse, because sometimes I would tell that little sea biscuit to turn left and he would end up turning right, or sometimes I would be on foot and I would call him like, Agro, come over here, come help me, and and then the horse just whizzes by me, and I'm like, okay, fine, see you, sure, Mr. Ed. Gonna have to help you. And I do feel a little bad for saying that, because deep down inside I felt more sympathy for the fucking horse than I did for the main character, because at least the horse has the spirit and the courage to go up to these Colossus, or Colossi, I keep fucking that up, and this guy can't hang on to a bunch of hares to save his life. There are a couple of things here and there that are a little problematic, especially towards the end where they start to reuse Colossi, or the ingenuity behind the puzzles started to wear thin a little bit. But to me, the biggest problem was our main protagonist, who, in my opinion, pretty much brought the game down for me. So I feel like, to me, Shadow of the Colossus is that type of game that I respect people's opinion for it. If you love the game and you think it's one of the biggest treasures to grace consoles, period, have at it. I'm not going to mark you down for it. I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong and you're completely full of shit. If you love it and enjoy it, then go for it. And I understand that Shadow of the Colossus is one of those games that is not meant for everybody, and it's clearly not meant for me. But my question to you guys that I'll leave you with is, what is that game that is critically acclaimed by everybody, and then you finally played it and you just have no fucking clue what they're talking about? Please let me know in the comments what that game is for you, or what kind of experience you had with a game of that sort, and what did you think of Shadow of the Colossus, since I kind of reviewed the game almost unintentionally in this video. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe for future videos in which I'm hoping to rage as much as I did just now. Take care, guys.